former governor, but no offense to you, I liked you, but we like to know where we're going. That goes from Brooklyn to Battery. We're going to keep calling Brooklyn Battery Tunnel. That's Brooklyn there, and that black tower is pretty new. That was topped off just 3 years ago. The Brooklyn Tower, you'll see, is obviously the tallest building in Brooklyn. Also the tallest building on Long Island. First building on Long Island, over 1,000 foot tall. And that's because Brooklyn is part of Long Island. And if you didn't know Brooklyn was part of Long Island, don't feel bad. I find that neither do most of the people living in Brooklyn. There's some serious denial over there. Now let's look at the other end of the tunnel now, and that's the Battery, the southern tip of Manhattan. Those trees are Battery Park. But why do we call the southern tip of Manhattan the Battery? Battery of cannon. So even before the War of 1812, in back in the colonial days, that's what guns protect the city of New York from attack from the harbor. Now you walk around Lower Manhattan, the financial district, you're walking the streets of that original colonial New York City, a much smaller New York City, only a square mile. But that was a whole complete city, not just finance. But this is what happens with cities that start small once they get on the move. We don't really get on the move until 1811. By the way, we were not the biggest city in the country then. Then that was Philadelphia, and that still sounds wrong. That's why we did the grid plan. But when we start, in 1811, Wall Street is the center of town, among other things, a residential street. But then with the grid plans, like the center of town starts galloping up the island, like 10 blocks every 20 years through the 19th century. And when things move up, they move out. So by 1840, we're the biggest city in the country. Grid plan worked. 1850, not a single person lives on Wall Street anymore, not one. And that's the case of the 1990s. When everything moves out, you don't move the money. Don't touch the money. The old neighborhood becomes a financial district really more by default than by design, which is a standard pattern for all cities to start small. London, Paris, Philadelphia, they all went the same way. But here's the catch. Move out, we're happy to move out. Monday morning, we got to move back, because finance has always been, still is, the biggest employer in New York City. And all our transit is based on dragging people from wherever they moved to back to the old neighborhood, back to work. That's why we have big orange boats carrying 6,000 to 8,000 people to clip the financial district. The newer ferries are smaller boats, some much smaller, but come from many more locations. They all go there to Pier 11, the Wall Street Pier. And the helicopters at Pier 6, well, there's none there now, but they're not for tourists. That's a high-end taxi service. But just look at a subway map. As all roads lead to Rome, most subways lead to the financial district. As a broad range of New Yorkers work there too, you'd be surprised. You'd be shocked to know you still have an off subway building on your left now. Yeah, that's back over for a company called Solomon Brothers. So how do you feel about not working there anymore? Better than Solomon Brothers, yeah. They're not around anymore. Actually, showed that off as a guy from Arthur Anderson, so I hope he's okay.